Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Friday Nights with
Jeff
and Joe. Thank you very much for joining us. Jeff, how are you this evening?
Good. How are you, Joe?
Good.
Good.
Good. For a Friday
Yes.
night here.
It's cold.
It is cold.
It got really cold.
Like overnight.
Yes.
Literally.
I remember there was one day where I didn't wear a jacket, and then the next I did, and
Yep.
then wore one forever after that.
Mm-hmm. And you've got the Duluth jackets, I'm sure.
I do. It was really funny. I had a Duluth jacket on, a Duluth shirt, and another Duluth undershirt on. I was like,
Let me guess, you probably have the Duluth undies on as well.
I have some. I did not have them on that day. Yes.
Are they really as awesome as they make them sound?
Um,
No stink, no pinch type of, is that what it is?
I don't know. The ones I got, I'm not a big fan of. They're like more slippery nylon type.
What?
It's really weird.
Yeah, what are you, Deuce Bigelow over here?
I know. I got them as a gift, and I'm just like, I'll just try one, and I'll pass. I do like how long they are, though. So like they're almost like compression shorts, almost.
Oh, I was just
but
gonna
not
say.
not as tight though. But I've used them for working out. They seem to work out well for that. I don't do it very often.
He works out.
I don't do it very often. So when I do, I'm like, oh yeah, you wouldn't look at me. You'd be like, oh, that guy clearly does not work out. I'm trying. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
you're
start.
trying.
I'm
You're
trying.
doing- hey, keep up the good work.
I went twice in the last month.
Attaboy.
Yeah,
That's more than I did.
yeah. I was actually thinking about doing tonight because I don't have anywhere to be. So
Wow.
yeah,
It's kind of sad for you.
yeah. Well,
I got a date with the gym.
no, it's more like I'm done with work,
Yep.
and my wife's got my kids in bed, and she's gonna go to bed early because she has to be up for work. So I've gotten
So you pick working out. I got to give it to you. Way
I'm
to
trying
go.
I'm trying to do it for the wife. She's a lot skinnier than I am. So I'm trying. Okay,
Kate,
give it
doing
to
it
me.
for you.
I'm trying really hard.
doing it for you.
So I've cut out soda now. I've done that.
Ooh, how is that going for you?
It's good. I love soda, and it's hard because my wife, she doesn't understand addiction to soda. She just never drank soda ever,
Really?
and doesn't really drink it. Like even if we go places, she'll be like, she's the girl who drinks like the water out of the soda machine, like that girl, or like she'll try to find like pink lemonade or raspberry iced tea or whatever.
Yep.
And so I'm like, I just want a soda. Like I just have that urge every once in a while. And she just doesn't understand. So I've drank all the soda we have in the house, not in one sitting,
Good.
not all at once.
You got to get rid of these.
But it was more of like we're not buying anymore.
Keep bringing Daddy the soda. Bring it over here.
But I'm not buying anymore. I think that's the point.
Well,
So,
good job and good
yeah.
luck.
So
Really.
we're trying that,
Kate, keep them in line.
cutting back that way.
Well, good job.
The worst part is being on second shift.
The booze probably picked up then, huh?
No, I'm not a big drinker. To be honest, I don't drink.
Well, good job. Way to go.
But it's like late night snacking. That's the killer. And like I feel hungry, so I'm eating carbs to fill myself up. So like
Dude.
pretzels at night, not good.
Why are you doing
I know because I don't know. I just
Well, you know
have
what?
like
Hey, how about
healthy
you work out
options just
tonight?
available.
that?
Yeah,
How
I
about
know.
you, Jeff? How about you
I know.
go
I need
work
to.
out?
I need to. I'm getting older now, and so I realize that
You are getting old.
I know it's crazy, right? I'm getting older, and I realize I can't just like cut soda out and be okay. Like I need a job where I stand, walk around, stand up every now and again. So,
Well,
I digress, though.
good job.
Yeah, I'm trying.
I'm going to keep saying it.
That's all right.
You're doing great, Jeff. I'm here for you.
Oh, not at all condescending. No, just kidding.
Oh, jeez. Come on. For real, if you need someone standing behind you telling you how much you suck right now, I'll be that guy.
No, I'm okay. I figure I've got 3 weeks till Christmas. I'm
Then you
but
can
no,
just
I don't want
throw
it to
it
be
all out the
No,
window.
see, my thing is I don't want it to be like where I go through Christmas not caring and then you hit the new year and then you try to start. I kind of want to start it now so that I don't ruin myself over Christmas.
Take notes, ladies and
You know,
gentlemen. Jeff
trying.
has a theory.
So this, you know what? It'd be really funny if we were that, like a huge podcast where everybody listened. It'd be great. Everybody's like sending me
We've got,
like
like-
motivational things, and I'd have all this pressure on me to lose weight.
Jamie, come on. Bring on the...
My wife, who's always been, trying to help me. Bless her
she's
heart.
doing great.
Bless
She's
her
doing
heart.
great.
But yeah, maybe I'll do it if we had like a whole bunch of like groupies.
You never know.
Maybe that'd be more fun.
Now that we're on YouTube, I mean, maybe.
The sky's the limit. Now.
Sky is the limit.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You're doing great.
So yeah,
Keep up the good work, Jeff.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I have to work out because
you
the
pretty
next
much
podcast
do.
will be like, how many times did you work out in the last week? Oh,
I'm totally
shit.
going to ask it.
We should. That'll at
Yeah.
least keep me honest.
Yeah, I'll keep you on,
All right.
on your toes.
So you did bring up the YouTube, and we talked about it last week
Yes.
with Jamie, which was a great podcast.
Yeah,
in my
thank you,
mind.
Jamie, again for
Yes.
coming on out. Anytime, bud. Anytime.
Appreciate it. And we're going to hopefully have him back a couple times yet before the end of the season. Hopefully when we make the playoffs,
Oh, you're saying for the Packers. I was like, we have a season? There's a podcast season?
the Packers season.
Okay, just check.
We are going to have Jamie back on to do some Packer talk. We're thinking, depending on how the game goes on Saturday or Sunday with the Seahawks. Otherwise, maybe when we hit the playoffs, we'll have him on.
Yeah.
But
It's
now
great.
Jamie has theoretically broken the glass here on
Okay,
everybody.
good.
Yeah,
Good-
I
good
could have gone a
choice.
lot worse there. He has. So we're feverishly trying to recruit new people.
Feverishly.
We have one on the wings.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe next week we're thinking maybe. Whenever it works out for this gentleman.
You're talking guests, right?
Guess.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
What do you think I was talking
I
about?
don't know. You kind of had this glimmer in your eye. This thing is getting weird
Yeah,
over
what,
there.
like celebrities.
You're
Is
starting to
that-
sweat
Oh,
a little
God.
bit.
And I can't. My
I'm
eyes
working
twitching.
out right now.
Stop it. Anyways, we have one guest in the wings who's already committed to join this roller coaster of destruction that we call the podcast.
Friday nights with Jeff and Joe.
And I
ladies
did
and gentlemen.
mention it to another gentleman today.
Oh, yeah.
Jason. So he might come on. Hopefully he's listening to this, and there's a little pressure on him to jump on.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're out there and you're listening and you want to, we actually will make a trip out to where you're at, and we can.
Yeah, we will come to you.
We're desperate.
Jeff, come on, man.
Yes. No, but everything we have here is portable, so we can bring it on over wherever you're at.
Yep.
We'd love to have different perspectives. So
Maybe we can do it like on site somewhere.
we've even had we have what I want to call a consultant. Her name is Jody.
Oh yeah,
Jody was just talking to us about what she wanted us to talk about.
Yeah.
So even
She
if
has
you're
some
not,
good
even
ideas.
if she's a little shy, she's not going to be on the podcast quite yet. I think if we wear her down a little bit, she'll eventually succumb to the pressure. So yeah. Otherwise, you can drop us a line. Let us know what we should be. And there's YouTube now, so you can comment on it.
yeah. So we are on YouTube. It's Friday nights. Friday night
I want to talk about that
with
yeah.
Jeff and the symbol and
I believe it's an ampersand. If I'm saying that wrong, please let me know.
yeah, and Joe. So it's Friday night with Jeff ampersand. To quote Jeff,
Ampersand.
ampersand
I'm gonna
Ampersand.
Google it right now.
and Joe.
Ampersand.
He's talking into his
Oh
phone
yeah,
right
it popped
now.
up. It popped
Hey,
up.
way to go.
Ampersand.
So Friday nights with Jeff ampersand Joe.
Ampersand Joe. Like a weird
And
nickname.
so that's on YouTube. It's our channel. Subscribe, like it,
Please
then
do,
click the
yes.
little. There's a little bell next to it that
Gotta
that
hit the
gives you
bell.
updates whenever we post a new one. Thank you so much to Nick for your help with all of our podcasts. We
Yep.
also have Paranormal Palaver that's now on YouTube as well.
He did a lot of work for us last night.
Yes,
Very
he
much
did.
appreciate that.
Yep. And so then we've obviously got the Facebook page, which I think we're doing a lot of our communicating on. But we need people to start writing in.
Yeah.
We need to start hearing from you, our loyal listeners.
All 5 of you.
Yes, you're doing great. Really.
love you.
Thank you so much for hanging in there with us.
6 episodes in now, so
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah.
I'm having a good time. Damn good time. Damn good time.
yes, I actually was looking
Ampersand.
through my old emails and I found Chris's email to me
Yeah.
regarding me being in on the podcast.
Nice.
And I wanted to read it off, and maybe I'll read it off for Paranormal Palaver.
Sure.
On
Does
when
it
we
bring a
record
tear
next.
to your eye?
No, it's funny. She's like, again, I'm probably just going to reiterate this on the other podcast, but whatever. She's like, "Were you serious about producing this whole thing? Because I've already said you're doing it." Like I had no choice. It was just
Yes,
like,
you
okay.
are serious.
So yeah, a little 2 months, 2 months later, here we sit. And Jeff and Joe kind of was a random thing that we decided to do on
Well,
our
it
own.
is all the random useless information you want to know.
wanna know.
It's Friday nights with Jeff and Joe.
Jeff and Joe. So, hopefully you're enjoying the podcasts, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think we have any housekeeping from last week.
Well, I did want to talk about a little bit.
Okay.
And this is actually quite useless, but I wanted to tell everyone
best.
that I got we got our tree.
Oh, yeah.
We
Joe
got
is
it.
so darn proud
We
of his
got our
tree.
tree. It's 13 feet tall, bro. Deal with it, okay?
Okay.
I have a ladder, a tall ladder, to get that star up on top.
I'm sorry to just throw the little one up there. Just like
She wanted me to.
Yeah.
She was up on the ladder. I'm like, no,
was she on the top step?
not quite, because I stopped it
Okay, good.
from happening. So yeah, we are pretty much. Well, we just have to get a couple more ornaments on the tree, and then we're done. But,
Well, so we have 2 trees, so if you put them on top of each other, I bet they'd be taller than 13 feet.
you have 2 trees.
Yeah. So we have the artificial one that we put up the day after Thanksgiving,
Okay.
decorated, so we can take pictures in front of it for our Christmas card. And if you get a Christmas card from us, you'll notice I am wearing cargo pants, shorts, on the bottom
Probably
half.
because it was like 50 degrees out that day.
No, because that's what I was wearing around the house.
Okay.
And my wife told me to dress up for the picture. So I just put a dress shirt on, just left the pants. I was like, I'm not. So hopefully she cropped me out of the
Merry
pants
Christmas
out of
from the Verhouse.
Yeah. We kind of care. That was my slogan.
You did better than most.
Yeah.
You're
And then-
actually making a card.
So then my wife has to have a real tree, which I think is utterly ridiculous.
Oh, come on.
It's $50 to have something die in my house.
Yeah, here's something that's cool. I didn't pay a cent for mine.
Okay,
Went
so
to my
I
parents'
don't rob
backyard.
places.
And said, hey, we're taking this tree. And they were like, yeah, please do. 13 feet later.
If I did that, my dad would murder me. That'd be the last episode I'd be on. I remember we planted trees when we first moved there, and now they're probably, 13 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
And if I cut one down, my dad...
No, it was during, it was right before Thanksgiving. My dad brings me to the backyard. He's like, you want this tree? You can have it. Yeah.
So you have pretty tall ceilings in your house?
This house, yes.
Okay, because that was my other question.
Yeah.
Not too many places.
No, it's not like
have
it's like
13
crammed
feet.
in there and the top is bent over. No.
Was that? Isn't that National Lampoon's Christmas?
I think
He does
so,
that, right?
Yeah. Maybe.
At first, I think.
Yeah.
Then he undoes it, and then they all break the windows. And
Yeah.
everything? Yeah. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah, so
Oh, funny.
that was a little, because we did talk about, like Christmas and what
We
we
did,
liked
yeah, about
it.
with with Jamie, yeah, a little bit.
It was a good time. That's all I had.
Yeah,
For those listeners who care, thank you
all 5 of you. Anyways,
for caring.
I know we talked
I
a
care,
lot
'cause
about
sharing
the
is
Packers and stuff. I'm just gonna talk over Joe. And I know there was a couple of things
Story of
that
my
we
life.
weren't really quite sure of, but I don't think was really worthy of a housekeeping. So if there was something though that you did
Housekeeping.
that you wanted us to talk about or bring back up,
Send us a
remind
message.
us.
Do that. Send us a message.
I think how about we purposely screw stuff up just so people can message us?
Yes.
Okay. We're gonna
Yes.
just egregious stuff.
Yes.
Oh, God. Anyways, so the first topic. Who was that?
I don't know. Someone's at the door.
Creeper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go away.
The first topic.
Yes, Jeff. That's
The
topic
first
number one.
Oh, I'm leaving a blank here.
Leave.
I don't want to talk about who's at the door. There's a huge gap there. The first topic I want to talk about is
Yes, Jeff.
people in
People. Good. Wow.
customer service jobs.
Ooh.
So
And what does that all entail? Customer service jobs.
I try to make it a broad label for people. So it could be
Okay.
anything from food service, so
All right.
waiter, waitress,
Yeah.
bus boy, even,
The B-boy.
to the
BB.
Walmart, Target, retail store associate, we'll call them.
Okay.
So people that help you
Are
out.
they like team members?
So whatever
I feel like
the
they'd be a team.
Everybody has different names.
They are a member of the team.
the
The
members,
Walmart
team members.
Yes. If you work at
associates.
Walmart, let us know what you are.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I think
Because
it's
where
team
we work,
members,
we
though.
are members.
We're members, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not employees.
No.
We're members.
Mm-hmm.
We're members in this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Shebang. So anyway, I want to talk about because I was at a local establishment.
Can
It
you
was a
say what
Walmart.
this? Okay.
I'm not even. I was gonna like hide it.
I was at Walmart.
It was a Walmart. I live right there. I can't not go to Walmart. It's like
How did you go to Walmart dressed?
I'm
Were you-
just the way I am now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're not.
I'm
like
not.
one of those
I'm
cool people of Walmart people.
so. You laugh.
Please tell me you have a people of Walmart story.
No, I don't. I mean, I think we have, but not where I'm want to talk about it or anything. I'm one of those people that I can't leave the house if I feel like I look like shit. Like I'm not that way. Like I have to wear pants,
Kate, is there
Like-
a self-esteem issue we have here with Jeff?
like jeans and shoes, and like at least something that's presentable.
So you get done up to go to Walmart?
Not done up,
Dude,
just
I
don't-
have gone to Walmart.
I'm just not. I don't like to look schlubby in general, no matter where I go or what I do.
That's very respectful.
It's just something in me that I have to dress. I don't want to. I would say like appropriate.
Sure.
Like, I something about looking schlubby and all that just doesn't do it for me. Now, if I'm in my house, different, obviously.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, you wear cargo shorts for
yeah, I wear
Christmas-
shorts all the time. I'm always warm.
for Christmas cards.
Yes. Classic.
And
Anyways,
classy.
Anyway, so I'm at Walmart. It's 11 o'clock at night. That's
Okay.
why I'm at Walmart because it's the only thing
Great
open.
time to be there.
Yes. I will say, too, there are a lot of people who bring their kids to Walmart at like 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night.
Hey, they got to get that thing.
Okay.
Whatever it is, they
So,
got to get it.
Normally, it's two people.
It's-
It's a husband and wife and a kid. It looks like, anyway. One of you can stay home with the kid while they sleep. Just a thought, folks. Just a thought. You can talk amongst yourselves about that one. I just don't understand.
Angry letters ensue.
I mean, they're little kids, and I get that maybe they keep them up late so they can go to bed, late, so they wake up late. I don't know, but I just it's like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. Kids should be in bed.
I guess I don't ever notice.
And if it's like a little baby and like a carrier, totally fine. I'm okay with that because babies sleep random times all the time.
all the time.
But like if they're like 2 or 3, like my kids are, I'm thinking they should be in bed. And maybe I'm just being a snob.
Well, you do need to look nice when you go out. So, I mean,
Well, I mean, it's not like I'm wearing like an ascot and like a monocle or something.
right. He is right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Any
You should see his gym bag that he's got ready for himself.
Yeah, it's all designer sweatpants stuff.
Ralph Lauren.
Anyways, so I went to the Walmart, and as you do at 10 or 11 o'clock, they have folks there who are resupplying the shelves. So there's stuff in boxes on pallets everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me. I understand things have to get done. But as I'm going through,
I would hope it wouldn't bother you.
no, some people do hate that because it's like in their way and stuff.
Oh, my gosh.
If I'm standing there, I'm looking at something in the aisle there. There's a guy 5 feet away from me.
Yeah.
He's got his boxes there, and he's breaking them down and putting them on the shelf. No problem. I'm not getting in his way. He's not getting in mine. We're all good. But then at one point, I had to kind of get over there. And the guy's like, "Oh, hey, sorry. Let me move out of my way." Didn't have to say much. Just said, "Oh, sorry." Kind of let me get in and grab what I need to go and go.
Yeah.
Really nice guy, right?
Great.
The next aisle, I get this lady who did not even see me, didn't care to move out of my way, was just kind of rude to the point where she just wasn't being courteous kind of thing. And then I get to the front, and I do surprisingly, they have the do your own checkout still at like 11 o'clock.
Still open?
Yeah, I was surprised. I don't know if they have a new policy or what, but so they had this young kid, I want to say like early 20s.
All right.
When I say kid, I'm like 33, so anybody younger than 30 is a kid to me. So anyway, they have this kid.
Yeah.
And
What are we going to call him?
we're gonna call him Billy.
Billy. Oh, Billy.
Billy. So anyway, we'll call him Billy. So Billy there, looks not the normal Walmart worker. He kind of has this.
Is he dressed nice?
He had like a white polo, I think, on.
Wow.
Jeans, whatever. I don't know if it was tucked in or not, but he had like diamond earrings, studs in his earrings.
Okay, see,
But,
now,
like-
he does look like a normal Walmart worker.
No, but he
thought
looked
you were gonna-
nice though. He looked like nice. I mean, he didn't look schlubby. He just looked like he just had spent half of his paycheck on all of his wardrobe and the other half of his paycheck on the earrings. Maybe a couple paychecks, and they might have been fake. I don't know. But this is let me get to my point
Okay,
though, Joe.
all right, I'm
Before
listening.
you're
No,
rolling
no,
your
I'm-
eyes really hard here right now.
I'm listening.
So the
Billy's
idea
in my
then,
brain.
I kind of walked up.
Is he blonde?
Yeah, he kind of had this whole Slim
I
Shady look
totally
going,
got that.
right?
that vibe.
Anyways, so I walk
I
up
can
and
see
I'm,
why you named him Billy.
and I'm
by the way.
thinking this kid's gonna be like, I don't give a, real bad attitude, all this stuff.
Sure.
Super nice.
Oh.
Like I walk up, he's like, "How's it going?" I said, "Hey, how are you?"
Hey.
And I had like the little
Hey,
basket
mate.
because I only needed a cup. He was you in the damn accent. I
No,
swear
that
to
was
God.
you. Saying,
No,
hey, mate,
you
to
kept
him.
saying the Australian last time. So I had the little basket. I put all my stuff. He was kind of timing it perfectly. As soon as I put the last item in, he was standing right there. Can I grab the basket from you? Thanks, bro. He gets it. I get my stuff and
Did
I
you
walk
flash
out.
him a $5?
No, I'm not.
Come on, man.
Not that.
You know
nice.
what these people
I would have
make.
doubled his pay right there.
I know.
So anyway, and as I'm walking out, have a good night. I said, you too. He probably said no more than 10 words to me, but I thought that's a
You
man I
thought-
respect right there. That's
You
a
thought,
man.
I am coming back to this Walmart.
I'm going to regardless. I have no choice. But it just goes to show that you don't have to do a lot. You just have to be courteous, nice, say hi. That's all it takes. You just don't have to be rude and don't have to be cold to customers. I
This
just
brings
had
up
a
a very
pleasant
interesting-
experience.
Very interesting thought popped in my brain.
Go ahead.
In my old schematics here up top. In the past, when customer was king,
Yes.
customer service mattered
Correct.
because you wanted to keep these people coming back.
Yeah.
And so as time has gone on, customer is no longer king, so nobody cares.
Correct.
So the lady who you ran into, she's like, this guy's going to come back. I don't care. I hate my job. I hate my life. Maybe, okay, I'm sorry. I'm totally exaggerating.
Okay.
There might be a
maybe
very
not
lovely
that
lady.
but there's somebody out there in
Sure,
that spot.
sure.
Yeah, I agree.
And now this young man who you had a great
Yeah.
experience
It was great.
with, he did not change your mind about Walmart, but he changed your mind about human beings in general.
Sure, and the idea of the Walmart
See,
checker
'cause-
out guy at 11 o'clock.
For me, when I think about Walmart, I think of I'm trying to be really nice here.
I know. I know.
I get just
People
convenience. I think of I don't even like lower class is not what I'm looking for here. I'm looking for a company that does not care about their customers.
Correct.
They
And
care about their bottom line.
and they have a low.
and-
they have a low. I mean, these the people that work there. I know they don't get paid a lot.
Yeah.
So I mean, the people that work there aren't used to maybe a higher standard of living.
See,
I
so
think
like
that's what you're going for.
when I go into Walmart, I do not expect to be treated nicely. I think that's what I'm getting at.
Correct. And I feel slightly the same, especially
Sure.
at night. Now, during the day, a lot of old retired folks, they are super nice. Like you get the guy when you walk
I
in.
even get the ladies who are just, or guys, yeah, they don't even look at you. They're like, welcome to Walmart, and that's it. Like just they're sitting at their bench, don't even look at you. Just welcome to Walmart. Thank you for coming. Welcome to Walmart. That's it.
Maybe you and I go to different Walmarts.
Yeah, we probably do.
Yeah, okay. I get what you're going with, though. Anyways.
And I'm not discounting this young man. I commend him, and I hope he does great things in his life.
And so that's where I want to go from this man, right? So I have an appreciation for anybody who has a job. Okay, if you have a job and you're working hard at it and you show up and you're doing the best you can, I have ultimate respect for you. So when I approach you, I'm going to have respect for you and I'm going to treat you respectfully. Okay.
Yep.
I don't care if you are the busboy or you're the owner of the restaurants or you're the owner of Walmart. I'm going to treat you the same because I respect you. You're trying to, as people say, get your hustle on, get your money right, you're trying to get paid.
Hustle on.
I don't know. That's what the kids say, I think.
I don't think they say that.
The kid, Billy, probably says that. So I have respect for that, okay? And so equally,
South side or north side Walmart?
equally, I think,
Which one?
the north side.
Okay.
The south side's scary. People get shot up in that one. Anyways,
Huge.
when I respect you, you have your job, I expect to be treated the same. That you at least respect me, let me do my thing. If you don't have to ask me if I need anything, because if I need something, I'm going to ask you. Okay, I don't need people up in my business bothering me all the time. Okay,
Yeah, that's a huge
because
thing.
some places do that too much, and it's like
Have you
I'll
ever
let
played the
you
buckle
know.
game?
Oh yeah,
You try to get to the,
to the
end
back of the
and
restaurant.
back.
Oh, I played it just to the back.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
okay, so
and I guess it's probably
For those of you who don't know, the Buckle is a popular mall store.
Yeah. It's got
It's kind of douchey, in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
totally douchey. It's got like the
It's where George
embroidered like crosses on your butt pocket and like bedazzled like button up black shirts.
Who's that Rock of Love? Who's that? Brett Michael?
I don't. Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
where he
Brett-
would shop.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that kind of stuff.
But they are so intense. Like you walk in and you're not even 3 feet in, and you're like, "Hey, can I help you? Can I help you? Can I help you?"
And now, so the game was that you had to, at least for us in Eau Claire, you had to get to the back of the store
Without being asked.
without being asked.
Huh.
Now Joe's got it where you had to get back to the front
Yeah,
again.
never. Maybe
Now,
we should have just done the back.
I admit, when I was like 21, 22, I was in college up there. I bought some stuff from them. I bought a lot of stuff, but that was before it got really douchey. This is maybe 10 years ago, though, Joe.
This is coming from a man who wears Duluth Trading Company now.
I know.
I don't see you wearing.
No, but it was different
buckle.
back then. It was a whole different place. It was much more, I'm gonna say urban hip hop stuff. I bought a lot of, yeah.
Are you telling me they had FUBU there?
No, it wasn't FUBU.
Okay.
It was more like, ENYCE. What is it? Is that the brand?
I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
Yeah, but it was more like that.
Okay.
And I bought a couple of nice dress shirts there. And
I'm sure someone helped
Yeah.
you.
oh yeah, they sold this. I spent way more money than I wanted to.
Well, that's
And
good.
plus, it was a single guy, 22,
Hey,
cute
man.
girls there. Those girls will get you by anything. They're hustlers. It's like a G-rated stripper. That's what it is. It's get you. They take your money. Anyways, I digress.
They have different names for those people. Just so you know.
Yeah.
But anyways,
So I just want to talk about that. And the other thing that kind of goes into that is food service regarding either being treated like respectfully from the servers, and then to also please treat your servers nicely. Okay, I cannot stress this enough. Okay,
I have an
Now-
interesting story.
now I've been a server before, not necessarily in a restaurant. It was much more of banquets, so there was no tipping. So I wasn't trying to get a tip, but I still, you're coming here, you're paying for this meal, or somebody's paying for it for you.
Yep.
It's my living. I need to, someone be a good guy about it. But okay, don't mess with the people who bring you food. Like, I don't know. Have you ever seen the movie Waiting? Okay. Now I'm not saying that happens all the time, but I can guarantee you it's happened once or twice. I just saw a video the other day of a girl dropping the top of a bun at some fast food restaurant onto the ground, and as she picked it up, she rubbed it on the ground a little bit more, threw it up top, threw some mayo on it, and threw it out.
If you wouldn't mind me asking, what establishment was this?
I believe it was a McDonald's. So that's my thing. Don't be rude to the people that bring you food.
That's
Okay, it almost kind of rhymes. You should put it in your head. Remember it, okay? Because I've been out with people who are rude to the servers,
Yeah.
and I understand that sometimes the server might get flustered, and it's called being in the weeds. You get backed up, you get behind.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's what separates the veterans from the noobs.
Yeah, and so you caught up, you flustered, you might miss something. You have to understand that maybe there's something happening. Now, don't get me wrong, there are some bad waiters and waitresses out there.
Sure.
But no matter how bad a service I get, I will never say anything bad because they're going to bring me my food. And I'd prefer not to have a lookie or any other sort of bodily fluids inside my meal that I'm going to eat.
It's a great point.
So
Glad you brought that up.
I'm kind of you're kind of at their mercy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's kind of like would you start talking bad to your surgeon before he's going to start cutting you open?
That's a really good
You
point.
wouldn't.
I'm
'cause-
really glad. Yeah.
Yeah. You're putting stuff
Never
in
heard
your
it like
body.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you? Or like, start talking smack to your mechanic. Hey, buddy, you look like a deadbeat. Oh, look at how dirty you are. Now fix my car. Yeah, your car's not getting fixed.
Is that how
okay?
you talk to?
Yeah, that's how I talk.
Yeah. Oh.
I get mad. I'm like, grr. My Duluth Trading Company.
You are a hustler, aren't you?
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I get that nowadays there's less customer service. That whole, not so much in the Midwest. I think in other parts of the country, you
Yeah.
go, it's a different.
We still do.
So
Pretty
we
good
still
out
get
here.
lucky.
Yeah.
We have some great places, and a lot of times, good waiters and waitresses get repeat customers, especially at little
Yep.
diners.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And their good waitresses are hard to find. But at the same time, just you got to have more patience with people like that. And I understand. The other thing that I have a problem with is do not yell at the waiters or waitresses if your food is late. there's a good chance it's the chef or the cook's fault,
Sure.
and it's not her.
Yeah.
You know, I say her because
I get it.
I'm
I get it.
sexist. You know.
Yeah. Wow. I did not know that.
No, the man or woman, whoever might be serving.
Man or woman.
A lot of times it's not their fault. So
Sure.
I'm just saying, don't mess with the people who serve you food.
You've said it a couple times now.
I know. I'm going to keep saying because people don't understand it. I have a hard time being uncomfortable in situations. Like if it's uncomfortable, like tension, I get really uncomfortable.
I hear you.
And especially when a guy you're sitting with yells at the waiter or waitress, and you're just like, "I didn't say it. Don't spit in my food."
Sorry. Yeah.
I've already done it where everybody's left, and I've come back in and said, "Hey, I'm really sorry for what that person did. You did a great job. Don't let that person make you feel bad or whatever."
Sure.
Because somebody was a bitch. It was terrible.
Wow.
I
have a story, and I want to touch.
I've been talking a lot, and I'm really passionate
it's
about
good.
it. So
I believe it.
No,
I mean,
know,
you worked in it. I never did. I worked on farms and mowed
No.
lawns and things like that. I never was in the customer service area.
Go ahead.
Whenever I go out, though, like ever since I was 16, and I was now going out places.
Had your own
and
money.
whatever. Yep.
Go out. Yep.
I was always like the one who was like, okay, you and I, like to the service. Of course, I'm not saying this, but in my head, I'm like, we're going on a journey here. Okay, I'm really nervous to order this food from you.
Yep.
I want to get this right, and I want you to be as comfortable as possible while I'm doing it. Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm gonna protect the innocent in this story. So there's this someone who's really close to me, and she, in her younger years, she was a manager at a food service establishment. Okay. So her big thing, and she has worked in restaurants most of her 20s and in even younger, and her thing was that the customer is always right.
Yep.
Period. Like she doesn't care. It doesn't not matter how anything is going. The customer's always right.
Especially as a manager, you have to kind of think
Sure.
that way. I get that.
When we would go out, the wrath of this person was on our waiter or waitress
Really?
because the customer is always right. We talked to so many managers.
Oh no!
Yeah,
I would not go. I wouldn't even go to dinner with that person.
I hear
anymore.
you, but yeah. So for us growing up, I remember we actually sat down with this person and was like,
Really?
we really have a hard. It was one instance. I'm thinking I have it.
So how many
ingrained
people
in my
sat
head.
down with this? Do you say it was a girl?
4 of us.
Okay.
Yes.
So so it wasn't just your opinion; it was everybody's.
Oh no,
like,
no, like because we got to the point where we were like, we're not going out anymore. If you
this is an
cannot,
intervention.
yeah, it was an intervention, and since then things have really calmed down. And I'm talking, this is 20 years ago.
Oh wow! Well, so you guys were really young. You said 16. So she was a manager already at 16.
No, well, no, in her 20s. I'm not going to tell you who this person is.
No,
but she's very close to me.
I don't want to know who it is. Okay. The math isn't adding up, but that's fine. We'll talk offline.
Different ages.
Off air.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, I got you now. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Okay. That makes sense. She was a little older than you. So then, okay.
Yep,
All right. I'm
yep.
with you now. Okay.
So basically, it was look, we're just extremely uncomfortable when we go out. So you need to either figure it out or what. Because I remember distinctly we went out one time and she just unloaded on this waitress. And all of us at the table were like, oh. It was like we couldn't even eat. We felt so bad,
Yeah.
We had the intervention then. But no, even to this day, when I go out and like the order's not right or something, or it takes a while, I'm always like trying to have a conversation with the person, like, hey, I don't even care. I'm talking about something else,
Sure.
Like, and they're usually really cool about it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever come across someone in the food service industry who, when you're cool with them, they're not cool with you. You know what I mean?
And I think, like, if you have an issue with your food, as long as you bring it up respectfully and be like, hey, can I get this? Or, hey, it's taking a little long. What's going on?
Yep.
And you have to take their answer. Obviously they could be lying to you or whatever, but at the same time, there's a way about going, a way of going about it.
Mm-hmm. And I've only done that maybe like twice even, where I'm like, look, I actually have somewhere to be. So if you guys could just wrap it up, like just give me the check. I'll pay right now. I'm totally cool with that. And because I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit there and go back in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And raise hell,
Sure.
know?
Or I demand to see your manager.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that because, quite frankly, I don't care. Jack's Pizza is delicious, and I will eat that all day long.
So the other thing is I'm pretty laid back, so I don't know if I've ever really I was going to say I don't know if I've ever had a really bad experience at a restaurant. Mm-hmm. However, I probably have. I just don't care enough to just make a big deal out of it.
Right, and that's what I mean.
I know there was a time when we went out and there was glass in the food or something.
Oh, wow.
Like something bad, and it was like, hey, and obviously you tell the person like, oh my God, they don't want to serve you glass. I mean, that's terrible. You ingest that, you sue.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good. So the lady was so nice about it, comped everything for us.
I'm sure.
And that was probably more than we really wanted.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I don't know. I mean, I've had some poor waiters, but a lot of times I'm not there to be treated like a god. Yeah, with the serve. I'm there to have fun with the people I'm eating
there
dinner
to eat the food.
Yeah, I'm not really paying attention a lot of times.
Sure.
The one thing I will give props to is you go to a Chinese restaurant and they keep filling your soda up. I don't know why I love that. I get
I'll tell you why,
I get
Jeff,
3 sips out of it.
Addicted to soda.
I know, right? I get no, but it's the idea of
oh my God, I love you.
You get 3 sips out of a soda and they're like, boom, gone, and it's back. I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. Because nothing worse was if you want something to drink and you don't have something to drink. And I'm talking at the end of or while you're eating. In the beginning, I'm just sitting there. Yeah, it doesn't bother me. But I'm eating and I'm I don't have anything to I want something to drink with it.
Yeah.
That's my big thing.
Sure. And if you think about it too, if you're out somewhere and you're making a scene and it's a terrible, terrible time, that's that memory. If you're out somewhere and it's bad service or something, but you're making light of it, guess what? You had bad service or whatever the instance might be. The food came out, it was completely wrong, but you guys made light of it. Maybe you made friends with the waiter or waitress. Who knows? But yet it turns into a good experience, not one that you're like, oh my God, we can never go back there.
Yeah.
Because they know us. Our pictures are on the wall.
And just if you're the person to make a scene, just remember the other people with you are either probably really uncomfortable and now they can't go to that restaurant ever again.
Yeah.
I mean, don't do it. You're ruining it for. You think you're doing the right thing by making a scene, and you're ruining it for everybody.
Sure. And now, all of this being said, we are not making excuses for people who have terrible customer service.
Correct.
At least I'm not.
Yeah. If you're really bad,
we are speaking up for the people who do a damn good job of serving people, but there are some jerks out there who don't care, which I've actually never really had.
If you had a bad experience, there's a way to go about it, and pull, go off to the side or say, hey, do you mind if I talk to your manager? And be like, look, something's going wrong. I mean, this person was just giving you bad, and the manager's got to say either, okay, I understand, because they don't want a bad server out there, and maybe it's their first day or their first week or whatever, and there might be an excuse or a reason, but I mean, I just. Again, and I'm really uncomfortable with. Remember, we talked about silences, and I'm really uncomfortable with awkward. I remember I talked about The Office. I can barely watch that because of how
intense
awkward everything is. But, I mean, to snap it. I remember the waitress was trying to clear food out, and somebody had been eating or whatever, and she was just trying to clear food because we had been there an extra hour after we stopped eating or whatever, just talking.
Yeah.
And somebody was just
Loiterers.
coming late and she was eating really slow or whatever.
Okay.
And she's like, how dare you take that? How dare you take that away from her? She was still eating. I was like, there's a right way to go about that. Just oh, hey, I think they're still eating.
Right. Or that person could say,
okay.
hey, I'm not going to know that.
Ooh. And you just speak up. I mean, I remember being a server and having to clear stuff out of the way, and the other thing is people not moving or people not being considerate and trying to help you. It's just frustrating. So
no, I completely get it, and two, I'm not going out somewhere to have a bad experience.
Correct.
And no waiter or waitress has ever been the cause of that bad experience for me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think the same. I don't have that.
I'm sure they're just out there trying to hustle, trying to make their bones,
get that money.
Get that money. And
it's
just. It is what it is. So,
and I mean, the other thing is, I understand that people go out, they expect a certain level of customer service, that they're going to have a meal served to them, and they expect a certain level, and I get that, but there's a right and a wrong way to go about it.
Yeah, definitely.
The other thing is, I don't know, I think it might be something in other cultures, but don't snap your fingers at a waiter or waitress. Don't.
Oh my God!
When you want to check or trying to get their attention.
paying it
People do that.
like $200
That's
a plate.
like rude. That's considered rude. Don't do that.
Wow.
Or I mean, there's just a way to do it, and I don't know. It's just a basic human decency thing. I don't know. It just kind of got me thinking the other day because I was like, that one guy was like, that's really cool, and people who take pride in, even if they have, like, that was the thing about the guy. Like, he took pride in the fact that, you know what, I'm working on the Walmart, but you know what, I've making my money so I can pay or do whatever. Maybe he's got a kid at home. Maybe
his earrings.
Maybe it's his first job out of
off his earrings.
something, whatever. I mean, I don't know. It just was kind of like, that was really cool. He did it for me. And
cool. That's exactly it. But there too, to my point, I made it a while back. I'm sure that's not like I can't wait to go back to Walmart. No, you're probably like, that's a good guy right there.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And that's where we're at nowadays. Where in the past you'd be like, wow, I had a really great experience at that store. I'm gonna go back to that store.
Correct.
Nowadays it's like, but that was a good human.
And I think diners have it a much. There's not a lot that distinguishes diners sometimes.
Sure.
Now, sometimes the food is exceptional, but at the same time, I think a lot of people go to the same diners because of the waiter or waitress that are there.
They know you by name.
You walk in, they say, "Hey, Harold, can I get you the usual or whatever your name may be, or whatever." I just think that, and I think that's why so many people end up going to those places and how they're still successful. Because you go to other areas of the country and the diner thing isn't as big.
No,
like here, my dad used to go to the place down the street 2 or 3 times a week. Like,
really?
Like, yeah, he's a big breakfast guy. So getting up and going to breakfast is a big deal for him. You get your coffee, you get your newspaper, hang out. I mean, that's the dream. That's the dream right there.
Man,
to wake up and just do that every day. And so he, that for him is, it's almost like a family environment where you go, people know you, and he grew up in the diner.
Get your steak and
industry.
eggs.
He used to work at Jooms downtown. I don't know if I told you that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, we talked about that. So, but yeah, so that was kind of my little spiel.
It's a good one, and nowadays it's a weird. We're at a weird transition point where we have got huge corporations that don't care. At least to me, it just seems like they don't care.
Not all of them, but yeah, you're right.
Right.
A lot of them do.
And then we do, especially in Wisconsin here, we've got the mom and pop places where still customer is king, and we are going to break our backs to give you the kind of service that you deserve, to spend your money here. So
especially in small towns, I think that's. Somebody told me once is like, you go to a mechanic in a small town. Because if they screw you over, you're going to tell everybody else.
Yep.
And they're not going to be in business very long.
No.
So, and I think that goes to the idea of why customer service was king, because that was your bread and butter. Mm-hmm. That's why people go places, because of the customer service. And I admit there's places that offer like little perks here and there, and that's why people go to those things. It's the little things. Like, it's like a free salad bar, at a nice supper club. If you don't offer a salad bar,
I'm hungry.
You're not. Me too. You're not. You're not getting a lot of people coming in.
Yep.
Because it's the little things like that people feel like they're. Yeah. So.
Good topic, Jeff.
I'm glad we talked about it.
Yeah. Do you feel better now?
I do. I hope I made a difference.
I think you did.
I think
in my life. I mean.
Well, good.
You always make a difference.
Good. I'm glad you and I could have that. But I just think, and maybe you're on the other side of the fence, and I'd like to hear from you and kind of
please tell us that, message us. Tell us how servers are just terrible people.
Or if you're a server and you've got a really crazy story, I'd love to hear it.
Please.
Oh, that'd be great.
We'll have you on.
Your worst story ever. It's one of those things. I'd love to hear a story where like a server just like had enough and they were going to quit anyway, and they just let somebody have it and just like threw like a whole pie in their face or something. Just like
those only happens in the movies.
I know, but that's why I want to hear it. So if you're out there and you've done something crazy as a server, not like sadistic, like somebody who deserved it, but yeah, if you're out there, please let us know. I'd love to hear your story. So
I would totally be all for that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
So. All right, so we on to the next topic. You got something else?
I unfortunately, I mean, we could do it what's hot and not, I guess.
Do you have a hot nut?
I don't.
You are killing me. Let us do the next topic. So we were just talking to Jody.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just talking to Jody. Jody was helping us out, trying to figure out what we should talk about.
Which, by the way, fans, all 7 of you out there, because I think
We're up
it's
to 7 now.
yes, we are.
Hot damn.
Yeah, send us topics.
Please.
Please just message us. Say like talk about I don't know.
And Joe and I,
monkeys.
me anyway, I have an opinion on everything. I can talk about anything.
I do too. I don't talk about it often, but I have an
I have
opinion.
an opinion. So
I keep it to myself.
yeah, we're I
'Cause I'm a
don't want to say we're
sneaker.
desperate. We just want to create good topics.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm willing to talk about food for most of the time, but Joe's not. So
I
and
enjoy
want-
food, but not as much as Jeff.
That's why I need to work out. I also want to talk about
work
video
out.
games, which Joe's not a big video game fan. So if you want to talk about video games with me, come on the podcast.
Yeah.
And we can put Joe in
And-
the corner.
Well, no, I'll learn.
You'll learn.
I'll learn how awesome it
Or
is. to
or if
sit
you want to
and
come in
coach.
and talk about some sort of musical stuff, you can talk about with that Joe, because Joe's big into the old guitar.
yeah. I've also been in a lot of shows in the past.
We could talk about that.
You want to touch on that?
So let's talk about the shows we've been in. Okay,
You've been in
I've been in shows.
Jeff, y'all should see the smile he's got from ear to ear. He's
I've
like,
got two
been in
really
shows."
crazy ones. Okay,
All right, let's hear it.
you want me? Because you've got a whole bunch. I'm gonna say my two will be
Yeah,
done.
mine's
with it,
gonna
okay?
be lame.
Well, how many have you been in then?
Like over 40.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go first. I ain't got time for Joe's. I'm gonna pass
I'm
out.
definitely not gonna bring them all up because
I hope not.
I'll talk
'cause
about like my favorites.
we're gonna lose people.
I
All right,
know.
so I was in I believe
For all
middle
of you actors and actresses
middle
out there,
school. I was in
you were a
7th grade.
tree.
No,
Okay.
so we did a play.
Well known.
No, it
Hamilton.
Wasn't. It wasn't. It
Oh.
wasn't. So the play was. It was a musical. These are both musicals I was in, and I actually
Wonderful.
had to sing. Yeah.
Can we get a little sample?
No.
This little guy.
No.
Little stinker.
So there's a musical out there where the big bad wolf is put on trial
What?
by the 3 little
I
pigs
feel like I've seen
for
this.
wrecking their houses or whatever.
I've
I-
read the story.
Okay. So I played
The Big Bad Wolf.
No, I played the lawyer for the 3 little pigs.
Whoa.
And so I
What was your name?
I don't remember. I should look it up while you're talking later. And we can
Okay.
go
All
back
right.
to it.
Yep.
Again, I was 12 maybe, so I'm thinking like 20 years
Damn.
ago. So it was
You're
a
like,
long time
I am
ago.
making it. People are
Oh,
getting
yeah.
my autograph.
Yeah, people were loving me.
All
no,
day long.
so I mean, I was a pretty big kid, but they had to make me even bigger. So I remember we took a pillow and we put it underneath my shirt, and then I wore one of my dad's shirts. So I looked.
Was it Duluth trading?
no, I don't think so. Actually, I wore that shirt for a long time afterward because I
Oh,
was like,
wow.
"This is a cool shirt."
And it fits me.
Well, no, it was years later. It was a
Oh,
little
all right.
while later, like maybe 6 months. No, I'm just kidding. Any hoozles. So I had to play the. It was so the part was written after Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, wow.
So I can't even do this, the whole voice and everything, but it was kind of like,
Hey.
no respect. And so
That comes out every once in a
and
while.
so I had to sing this song. It was like called No Respect, I think, now that I think
wow.
about it. And so I like went up there and just belted it. Just
a boy.
just no
All in your
shame.
12-year-old.
No shame.
No respect.
Oh no. I was
Yeah, right.
I don't have a deep voice like I did before, but yeah, so I had to sing No Respect. There was 3 little pigs, obviously.
Okay.
My best friend then played the wolf. I think he like represented himself. I don't know if he had a lawyer. So he was like the shady dude.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. And it was all set in this
Seems
like
kind of one-sided to me.
50s doo-wop kind of like setup, and I think all the like they had that's what it is. I think they had like girls in like the little poodle skirts, you know,
Okay, yeah.
and they were all in love with the wolf because the wolf was supposed to be like this slick dude,
Well, he's
And
a wolf.
and so the wolf.
Yeah.
Duh. Anyway, so there was I don't know whatever 30 of us in there,
All right.
and so mine would clearly the comedic, what I don't know what do you call it.
Relief.
Comedic relief, sure. And so
Relief.
I remember I had to like do all this stuff, and I remember I had to memorize my lines and all this stuff.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that.
I just remembered another one I was in actually.
Oh, well, keep them going. Although people are signing out right now because they're like, "Ah, we don't want to hear about it."
So the other, so that happened in middle school.
All right.
Earlier, so I was in 2nd grade. I had to play Santa for a play, and Santa lost his coat. And there is a video of this somewhere. I don't know if my parents still have it. I should check.
Behind the music.
But
Jeff.
I played Santa, and somebody had stolen my jacket, and it was the day before Christmas. So I'm like freaking out.
Okay, this is the story, not just
Yes.
in general.
This is
Okay,
this is the little
checking.
play or whatever. Yes. But I remember having to memorize my lines, and that's what rang a bell. Because I remember having to sit there and be like, I gotta memorize this crap. Like, I just remember like this is kind of silly.
You're trying to
But
memorize
again-
your spelling
But
words.
again, I was the star of the show. I was
Jeff, we
clearly
know
the
this.
star.
You
of
still
most
walk around
things.
like you are the star of the show.
No, that's Krista. She's the diva.
She
Anyways,
is the diva.
Yeah, so I had to play Santa. There was no singing, but it was a lot of voice. It was a lot of. I had to memorize a lot of lines.
At
remember
that age,
that.
what is it, like 10 lines?
No, I'm talking like 100. Like I had to memorize
Whoa.
a lot. I mean, I remember sitting there with my dad and mom and going over the script over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And there was a whole bunch of characters, so everybody would come in and I'd have to talk to them.
Sure.
And then they would leave and I'd have to talk to the other, like I had to talk to every, and so they were all like seasons. And I think like the bunny rabbit came in, like all the holiday characters
Sounds
came in.
a little bit like a precursor to The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Kind of, but not nearly as scary.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty. Or like what's that Guardians movie, the kids animated Guardians movie?
I don't know.
Okay. Or the Santa Claus 2 has all the characters in it too. I just watched that
Right,
the other day.
you're right. Yep.
Any Hoozles. I use Any Hoozles a lot. I think that's going to be one of our T-shirts when we do
Any Hoozles.
Any Hoozles.
I'm down.
Yeah, there'd be a big picture of my face on the back.
I do Any Who'sville.
Any Hoozville. That's right. I have heard that. Yeah. We have them all just written down.
Right
sure.
down. Yeah.
Any Hoozles.
No one's going to buy that.
Nobody's gonna buy that. We'll have to put a Packer helmet over it so people are like, oh, it's just a Packer shirt.
Yeah,
No big
yeah.
deal.
Oh, definitely.
And then the last but not least, in high school, do you know the Damn Yankees? The play? I had to play Old Man Joe. And
Really?
so, for those of you who don't know, I went to an all-boys Catholic school. And so there were all the female
How did
parts
this
then
work?
got made into male roles, except for like 2 or 3 of them.
Well, Lola had to be a female.
Lola was a girl.
Okay.
Would
Would they truck her in from
we
somewhere?
did. Like,
What was her name?
I don't remember. She was from Fond du Lac, though.
Oh,
it was all
okay.
Fond du Lac. So this girl who
Is there a
was-
couple decent girls from Mount Calvary?
No. It was from
Just
Fond du
saying.
Lac. I think she was probably from Springs or whatever.
Okay.
So anyway, she came through and she played Lola. She was a good-looking girl too. I remember that because it was. Now the other thing is, so the music person, he did all the piano for all the musical stuff.
Okay.
But it was his wife who was my wife in the thing. So I'm like 16
Yeah.
and she's probably 56. So it was a steamy romance. I'm going to say it that way. But I remember having to like sing, and I don't know if I had to like dance with her, but I remember having to have like an emotional singing song with her about
Yeah.
how I remember I had to sing all this different thing, and then the real star came in because for those of you who don't know the Damn Yankees, it's an older, overweight dude who wishes he could play for the Yankees, and the devil comes, gives him his wish.
Yep.
And then he turned into the guy in high school. His name was Tyler. Tall, lanky, good-looking kid. Clearly not me. Roly-poly, budgie dude. Anyways, so he turned into him, and then he realizes he had he missed what he had,
He had
basically.
a pretty damn good life.
And then he turns back into me, and then at the end you have to do this solo thing, and
Yeah.
But I remember being very self-conscious for that one. The other ones I was kind of like, I don't really care who,
Yeah.
I'm a little kid, I don't know any better. But this was starting like you're like 16 or 17, and I remember being very
You're starting to be cool.
yeah, kind of, and like the older kids, I was afraid that they were gonna be like, oh, look at that kid, he's singing upstage, doofus. I remember there was the first time I'd ever had makeup on my face too.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
I was like, I look really pretty, like it just because I had the acne, and I'm like, oh, you just covered that all up. Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Can you come over to my house later? And then
They
I
do that.
And then the other thing is they had to give me a beard. So like because
Nowadays, you're fine.
I couldn't have a beard in high school. It was a policy. You couldn't have
Really?
couldn't have facial hair in high school.
They didn't have a clause like I'm in at the show.
I even said that. I was like, I can grow a real beard, and they were like, no, you can't do that. So like they took this little thing and they gave me a beard, and it was, and then it smears, and it was like,
yeah.
I want to be a real man here, A 16-year-old with makeup beard on.
Sorry, you're not.
So, but yeah, that was that, and then, yeah, that was it. But those are my 3 shining moments.
Wow.
In being in plays, musicals.
And now you have a podcast.
And here I am, the star of this one.
Yeah.
Way to
go.
That's why we put Jeff before Joe.
That's fine.
You say it's because it rhymes. I say it's because I'm cooler.
That's right.
So tell me about your 40 different ones.
Well, I'm not going to tell you all of them.
I hope not. Okay.
But
that's good enough, Joe. We can move on.
6th grade, started it off with Oliver Twist.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I'm gonna go with these weird ones, and you're gonna go like straight to the classics.
No, I was straight in there, man. I was straight in there. Yep, straight pimping.
Yeah, into the musicals.
And that's a lot of times actually where the British accent comes out,
because of Oliver Twist.
6th grade. So
who did you play in Oliver?
The Artful Dodger, best role ever, by the way.
Do you know there's a clothing brand named Artful Dodger?
I didn't, but I'll look into it.
Hip hop.
I had to learn how to have a British accent, and I actually learned through singing the Beatles.
Oh,
no joke! It's literally how I studied to get the accent.
Singing the Beatles.
Yep.
That's actually kind of cool.
And so, anyways, that's what got it. Like they always say, you get bit by the theater bug.
Sure, I've heard that.
Got bit.
Yeah,
bad.
Hard.
So all through high school, I was in them. I was in Grease. I played Teen Angel in that. I was in 42nd Street. I played the lead director guy in there, Julian Marsh, I think his name was.
The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I was in Seussical the Musical. That's much later on. I'm bouncing all over the place right now.
That's okay. Just keep rattling them off.
I've been in a lot of review shows. Those are shows that are basically just singing and dancing.
Oh, like
Elkhart Late. Yep, variety
Okay.
show. They have them there. And then actually myself and a couple castmates of mine, we broke off and we started one in Plymouth called the Mill Street Guild, and it's actually still going on to this day.
Okay.
I backed off kind of shortly after we started.
Sam's in? What's the one that's
Sam?
Cole's wife?
I don't know.
She started one for. Well, maybe it's for kids then.
Yeah.
They own something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you should ask her.
I will. Yeah. But no, we started that in Plymouth. It's still going on today.
Okay.
I was recently just in Mary Poppins. I played Bert, and that was just 2 years ago. I've directed a handful of shows.
Directed? That's cool.
I've directed a lot of high
So
school
you're
shows.
like really into this whole thing.
In the past, I've been a lot more into it than I am now.
So you said the last show you've been in was 2 years ago with this other one, or since then you've been in others?
Last show I was in was, Mary Poppins. I played Bert.
And Bert's like the main dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've been in a lot of shows. I was in Damn Yankees.
Where are you? Who'd you play in the Damn Yankees?
Little Joe. The younger Joe.
Bastard.
Yep. I was definitely. And as a matter of fact, if you want, ladies and gentlemen, to do some research, about 8.5 years ago, Damn Yankees was going on in Sheboygan Theater Company. If you find the Sheboygan Press from, I don't even know what the month was. I want to say springtime. There's a big old picture of me right up front with a woman named Christy. She played Lola.
You know what? I probably saw you play that because my
go.
mom gave me tickets to that.
There you go.
I took a random girl I worked with there. I probably saw. Oh my god! This is first the Lit concert. Now this.
So yeah,
Craziness.
I was definitely in that. I've been in a lot of shows.
We were meant to do this.
Hey Jeff.
Stars align.
How you doing?
How you doing? What's
good.
up?
I'm good.
Okay, anyway.
But there was about literally, again, maybe 7 years ago or so, I kind of drifted away from being on stage. Oh, there's a show, I just have to plug it real quick. It's called The Christmas Schooner. It's one of my favorite shows.
Schooner?
Yeah, Christmas Schooner.
Can you spell that for the listeners?
How do you spell schooner? It's
I don't know. That's what I meant.
CH.
No, CH. No, I would have said
SCHOONER. Schooner.
Okay.
Like, it's based off a true story, a Christmas tree ship. But anyways, I used to do that almost every single year. It's not going on this year. It's going on next year at a place called Memories Ballroom. I'm going to try and get into that again. It's a great show, heartwarming show about a Christmas tree ship that bring Christmas trees down to Chicago.
Gotcha. It is the way you spelled it, SCHOONER.
But anyways, And as I've gotten older too, I've found that the lead roles are not nice. I don't like them. I like the supporting roles. I really do. It to me, especially after directing shows, the supporting roles are what tie the show together. I think they're probably the most important roles in the whole entire show. I always use the analogy when I'm directing that there's an old lady sitting on a bench in the back. She has no lines, no nothing. The show's going on in front of her. Yep. But if she's not doing exactly what she's supposed to, everyone's going to be looking at her and not paying attention to the show at all. Yep. So if that little old lady's literally just sitting there feeding the pigeons, that show is going to go off flawlessly. Sure. You know, so and it's one of those things where also the supporting roles are just fun. You know, it's not, you know, you're not the knight in shining armor. You know, you're not
less pressure. I'm sure too.
Yeah, and they're usually the comedic relief. You know, it's all that good stuff. Mm-hmm. And for anybody who's not into these things, I don't know. It really shaped who I am today. Sure. I've been in a lot of shows.
It does give you a lot of presence as far as being in front of groups, because I have no problem standing in front of a bunch of people and saying blah, 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 whatever I need to do.
Yeah, so, and like I was saying, about 7 years ago, though, I really got away from the structure that is a show.
Okay.
And because I just, you know, like you said, you sit down, you learn the lines, you learn the songs and stuff, which is all fun. Yep. And when the show is actually going on, not the rehearsals. The rehearsals are fun, but it's work. It's work, time. And you're not getting paid half the time. You know? I've been paid for shows, and I haven't been paid for shows. So it's like, and even when you are paid, it's not, I don't know. It seems like more work than it's worth sometimes. So that's why I really got into the music side of things and learned the guitar through and through. And I really like the spontaneity of being up on stage with music because anything can happen. You have to fluctuate right there. There's no script. Sure, you have a set list, but like, you know, the crowd can say something. You have to react. It's just, it's not like, okay, we're following this show all the way through. And yes, you've got the big theater people out there who say, well, it's live theater and anything can happen. That's very true.
True.
But the amount of work and everything that goes into that, for me, I lost my luster and my drive for that based off of that work. I'd much rather just, you know, learn a bunch of really fun songs, jump up on stage, have a damn good time, you know, see people laughing and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And
I've always wanted to do one of those not stand-up comedy, but where they do the little you know, where you go up there and it's improv. Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Couldn't think of that. I always wanted to kind of do that. I don't know, because I think that's a real test of how funny you can be. Yeah. I know I'm not good enough to be stand-up. I know I can't do that. But improv, I think, would be fun, because then you kind of just go up there and have a good time.
Well, I'm going to plug the shit out of somebody right now.
Okay, go for it.
A girl I graduated high school with, her name is Kyla. She started a Blackout comedy house, I do believe. It's up in Oshkosh. I actually just went to a show a couple weeks back, right before Thanksgiving.
We'll put a link on the
definitely. They've got a Facebook page and
on the YouTube.
And they're hilarious. It's a stand up, you know, or not stand up, but they do improv. Yep, and so it's a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're in the Oshkosh area, check them out. We'll get a hold of her too, and she's really good at these types.
That'd be really fun.
She is a blast.
Yeah.
So maybe we can get her on.
That'd be cool.
That would
free
be
plug.
Awesome.
So all 5 people.
Kyla, if you're listening, I'm gonna tag you. I'm gonna tag your ass.
The other thing that I was recently flipping through YouTube and I found it's I forget what it's called, but it's basically comedic battles.
Okay.
And so 2 people get up on stage and they make fun of each other. And then they each have like they either go back and forth one line at a time.
Yep.
But they're like clever stuff, and it's really funny. Mm-hmm. It's like one guy will get on there and they'll do like a like build up to the joke and then say the joke, and it's not just like one quick liner. But I was watching that; it's pretty funny.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I don't know. You always have these things where like, oh, there's nothing to do, and there's, you know, the forms of entertainment around here are the movie theater and the bowling alley or the bar, you know, and then you go in places and there's like, oh, they do like these weird things at the comedy place, and you know, you can be involved with this, and who'd have thought, you know, 20 years ago we would have 2 people up on stage like making fun of each other so
Sure.
bad that everybody's laughing at it, and then they have so much respect for each other, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of neat. And I don't know, when I find neat different things like that, I think they're
It is great because those things are still out there. We're not
Yeah.
we don't have to just sit around looking at our phones,
Correct.
which we're all guilty of doing. Don't deny it out there in
Yes.
radio land. But we can go out and we can do things. These people are still out there entertaining.
Yep.
And just real quick, I just want to touch on
keep
something.
going.
I have a lot of theater friends, and I love theater to death. It has made me who I am today. But again, what I have said is me. I've kind of gotten away from it. I just needed, kind of needed to. But utmost respect for anybody who's pursuing that. Anybody who has done it. I've been a member of a theater group down in Random Lake for 20 plus years now.
Okay.
It's called Lakeshore Productions. Out of Random Lake, they do community theater every summer, and that's where I've gotten a lot of my theater from. But it's just a commitment. I know what it did for me growing up, and so to watch now a new generation come through, and generation after generation, after being with it for 20 years, it's really amazing, and to see the people that we've touched and gotten out into the world, it's pretty awesome.
In all your time though, do you know of anybody who's actually like made it?
Andrea Belke?
I don't know anybody.
She's on Survivor twice.
Really?
Yep. She's actually I forget what it's called. It's an online thing. It's part of Today, but it's online.
The show? The Today Show, you think?
But
Okay.
it's online. It's like I don't know what it's
Okay,
called.
and
she's a host.
And she was
on
in your
She graduated just a couple years below me, but yeah, she was a
Okay.
part of the Random Lake
That's cool.
crew. I mean, my brother, you could even say that he
Sure.
somewhat made it. There's just, there's people who have been in the industry in one way, shape, or form that have come through Random Lake, which is really neat to think about.
It's such a small town, you wouldn't
It
think
is.
that it'd have so much talent, but they do.
Yeah. Well, not only that, but we pull from like the Tri-County area,
Yeah, I suppose you're kind of in the middle of nowhere out over there.
We
so
are,
you can pull
yeah.
from different places, like Decatur and all that. Like you said.
Yeah. So we'll get some links up on if people are interested. Otherwise, then
Yeah, and,
sorry for the drone there. But
That's the point of the podcast, though, is to talk about random things. So, there's going to be topics that you have no interest in. I mean, even Krista told us last week that she skimmed through the Packer podcast because it's kind of too much of a drain for her.
Whatever.
Because she doesn't care about it.
Go, Pack, go!
And so the music thing is not you, but if it is, I will suggest going out sometimes to see a play, even if it is something maybe that you didn't think you had any interest on. They are really cool to go see, to go watch other people essentially perform a movie in front of you, if you think of it that way.
And again, like I was saying before, the amount of work that these people put in, it literally is another job. So like
Correct.
they have their job and then they're going out and they're doing a night job then, and half the time they're not getting paid for it. So enjoy that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, if you have an opportunity to go see some of these things, Joe mentioned a couple different ones. We'll put some more links in the
Yeah, we will definitely get links up.
Facebook bottom, or if you're watching this on YouTube, they should be in the description. Go up, but support them. A lot of times it might be a little bit more expensive, but it really is an experience. And these people do work really hard to provide that sort of entertainment. Again, it might not be like the New York, Broadway play, but you got to realize a lot of times these things are people have a lot more passion involved. Because
Exactly.
it is something that they really have to have passion for because
They're not getting
to
paid.
Joe's pen, they're not getting
And not only
paid.
that, but you will stumble across a show that is just stacked full of talent.
Correct.
And you'll be like, wow, I paid $10 for this,
And even if it is like one of the production companies, I remember we went to my wife's coworker's kids play. They did Beauty and the Beast at one point. And there were a couple times where I'm laughing at how terrible it was, but these kids put everything they had into it, and it's just really cool to sit there and you have the intermission and you go look nice and just make a night of it. And I do think they're cool, and I've only been in a couple, so it's not like I'm a huge buff or anything, but when you do it is really cool.
And the amount of people you meet in these shows and I'm not even talking to the people on stage. You've got the people backstage. You've got the people who run the lights. You've got the directors. You got, there's so many people it takes, the costume people, to put on a show.
Yeah.
Now, when you're a part of it, it's a community all in itself. And so you're meeting so many different people.
Yeah.
It's really a great experience. If you've ever thought about doing it, in this area alone, there are so many different avenues you can take to be a part of something like that. So don't sell yourself short. We'll take you.
yeah, exactly. And to Joe's point, that takes so much work. A lot of times they only have 1 or 2 a year, and that's not because they're being lazy or whatever. It's just because it takes 6 months to get that to that point. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, the next topic I did want to talk. You brought up something when you were talking about how we're all so stuck on our phones. I watched a video the other day on YouTube about. I want to say it was based on the movie that's coming out with Christopher Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence, where they are woken up
stuck on
90 years too early or something, and they had to figure out. So basically, they're stuck on this ship together, and it's the two of them.
Yep.
Now, if I'm going to get stuck on a ship for 90 years, I'm definitely going to suggest that Jennifer Lawrence be the other person I get stuck on there with. So I'm going to say that first of all.
Wow.
Secondly, they're kind of stuck on there. Granted, it's new, it's exciting, it's a lot bigger. They can explore and they can do stuff. But the video that I watched essentially took a husband and wife who had no kids and locked them in their either an apartment, small house, whatever it was, with no phones, no tablets, no internet, no TV, no nothing.
Yeah.
So the idea was that they had to survive. I say survive. I say survive. Yeah.
Nowadays.
And they couldn't leave their house either. So they had to basically live like in the
candles.
old days.
Yeah.
So
Just
there was
get the
electricity,
fire. Can you
obviously.
get the firewood?
There was electricity. So
Hey,
it's not like they
Jeb,
were...
did you get the chickens?
Okay.
No.
Anyways, so I'm sure they stocked their refrigerator with food. So 90 hours, a little over 3 days, I think it is, right? 72 hours, 3 days. So,
Yeah.
Essentially, it started one morning. They locked their stuff into a little lockbox and they went at it. And it was surprising because they at first they didn't know what to do. So they read a lot of books, went through magazines, ended up cooking a lot because that kind of takes time. And normally you're so busy doing other stuff, you don't take the time to cook. And obviously, eventually they decide to go through their whole house and clean and organize everything.
Sure.
And so in the end, it was a 3 days worth of just a cleanse almost of rebooting your life to a point. I mean, I know that sounds a little
And
dramatic.
I've heard of that.
But
they will say that if you have a hard time sleeping,
yep.
You need to go camping.
Oh, sure.
For 3 or 4 days.
Reset your cycle kind
exactly,
of thing, right?
Yeah.
So it was interesting. Now, granted, I have kids, and I don't think I can find anybody to watch my kids for 3 days with my wife, and I can do that. But it is something that you watch something like that, and you try to put yourself in that position, and it's and that'd be really tough. I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
sure.
I may be. I'm not as addicted to my phone as some people are, but I do rely on it for at least a source of entertainment.
Yep.
And if not that, my iPad mini is always with me.
Okay.
I have it in the bag right there.
Yeah.
I always have it on me. I'm always watching YouTube or listening to other podcasts or whatever.
Yep.
So the idea of having to go through 3 days of just, I'm sure my wife would find 100 things for me to do. I'm sure it wouldn't be hard. We've got a big house that we kind of just moved into, so there's a lot of little things that we need to work on and whatnot.
Perfect time to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey-o.
You don't have any excuses, right? But it is kind of interesting just to kind of think of getting away from it all and not being addicted or attached to our phones or technology or whatever.
I'm actually excited about the idea. You
think you'd do it?
I would definitely. I mean, yeah, if you could lock yourself in your house.
Yeah, now, assuming any sort of emergencies, people can still get a hold of you, and but yeah,
it would be interesting to see what it yields, especially just in a relationship standpoint. How much closer you would get, or further away you would get from someone. But you would learn a lot about each other. In those 3 days.
Yeah, I think I would start going to bed at a normal time if there were no, nothing to keep me distracted. I mean, Kate and I are we're really bad night owls.
Sure. Well, and I mean, if you're up with the TV and stuff,
and that's what it is. You could sit down and it's 3 in the afternoon at almost any time of the day because you got the TV on.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, it would be cool because I remember when I was a kid, my parents didn't let us watch TV.
Yeah, I don't remember I remember watching TV, but not the way I do now.
No, exactly. And it was we snuck TV time. You know what I mean? If we were, it's not like they were Nazis about it, but it was, no, go outside and play,
Sure.
and that's what it was. So it would be interesting to see what 30-year-old Joe would come up with to do,
Yeah.
if there was no TV, no cell phone, would you play board games?
Yeah.
Would you?
Well, so
you clean the house, and that takes all of a half a day.
At one point,
and
they
then-
did bust open a puzzle, and he's like, "I can't do this anymore." Like, he even got sick of. I think we're so programmed to have
Immediate entertainment.
piling at us.
Right.
That when we're not that way, we get bored so easily. Our mind just can't handle it.
Yeah. Were they allowed to have radios? Like
So
old
they
school
had
radio?
to actually bust out their record player, and they did the
I've got
record
one.
player thing.
Yeah.
So,
Did you hear that vinyls just overpassed MP3s in England over in Europe?
wait? Say it again, though.
Vinyl sales
Oh, sales. Okay.
have
You didn't say.
surpassed like MP3
That's
sales.
cool.
Yeah. Sorry, side note.
No, that's fine.
digress.
I don't have any of that equipment, so I would definitely be SOL. Yeah, that would be hard. I'd probably
borrow
have
mine.
to somehow.
It's huge.
That's what she said.
Wah, wah.
I would definitely have to set something up that I could listen to. I would even just do an MP or a CD player.
Well, I mean,
think
if
that's
you
okay.
think about it,
'Cause as
back
long as
in the
it's not
old days,
internet.
people had radios.
Yeah,
And
and I have a radio, so we could do that. I
the
suppose.
radio, I heard it. On
And
radio.
nowadays with the old Christmas time, Christmas tunes in the background is never a bad thing.
all day long and night.
Yeah, my wife's
Love
a big
it.
fan. Got it on the radio.
Well, you
all
know,
the
we're
time,
a part
in
of the
car.
problem here, Jeff.
We are. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
people streaming us. Is that what we are?
Yeah. So sorry, ladies and
Do you know
gentlemen.
Netflix? You can actually download the stuff and then watch them on the, when you're not connected to the Wi-Fi.
Really?
How cool is that?
What an amazing time to be alive.
I know. How did people even do it before this whole thing? What did people do before Netflix? I don't understand.
Probably hung out with each other.
No, that sounds boring.
Definitely not Netflix and
Not
chill.
Netflix and chill. It's just called chill. You want to come back in the house and chill. So yeah, the idea of being attached to your phones and whatnot, just a quick, it'd be kind of interesting. I think that would be something that maybe eventually, when we're super popular and we don't have to work,
That's a good point.
yeah,
We
then
just
that'd be
lock ourselves in our houses.
I think it'd be
Just
again
as long
with
as
kids,
it's not when
hard.
the Packers are on. I'm gonna need to watch that.
Man, you'd have to listen
I'm
to it on
gonna-
the radio.
I'm gonna need to watch that. I will. I'll listen to Wayne Levy all day long.
I know, but it's not as good.
There is your dagger.
Oh my god, close, but no cigar.
No, I'm not a.
So yeah, that was my other topic.
That's
that
a good one.
Popped up while you were chipper chabbering.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about that in the past too. Not that subject, but the. Oh yeah, no, I think it was like the second podcast we did, Jeff and Joe, about how I am on my phone.
Yeah, well, we
all
were
the
talking about
time.
Facebook more. And,
Sure.
And Snapchat.
And how your wife.
yeah,
is-
and it's funny every time I talk about her. So she was listening to the Packer podcast the other night, and I
Yes.
came home and she was listening to it, and she was laughing at the Coles Cash comments, and she was laughing, and I'm like, and I was like, don't tell me if I'm wrong, and she just hung her head because she knew I was right. Coles Cash is the devil.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, she knows when I'm right.
She knows what's
that.
up.
She knows.
That's okay.
So has Miranda listened to these yet?
No.
love?
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, she's not as far along as Kate is, but she's definitely listening. So thank you, Miranda, for listening.
Yeah. I'm curious what she says about you. That's one of my thing. Because Kate keeps saying about there's stuff that I talk about in here that she does not know about me, like historical things. Like there's no way she knows that.
No
I've been
way.
in 3 plays.
No.
There's no way she knows that about me.
This should be like
Let's text her
first
right
date
now.
conversations.
I'm gonna text her right now. This is live, ladies and gentlemen.
This seems
I'm
to be
gonna
like
text her.
first date conversations.
No,
Yeah. Well,
Kate
see,
and I have known
in
each
my
other since we
dates-
were 16.
Well, then she has to know you've been in
No.
at least one show.
But it's
because
just-
you were around 16, right?
But
That's probably why
Yeah.
she likes you, because she
I've got
saw
them
you on
sweet
stage
moves.
and it was like, oh my god, I like that guy.
I doubt that. All right, let's. I'm gonna ask her and see if she knows how many. And then when she listens,
She's gonna be like,
she's gonna listen to this.
"You've
and be
been in a
like,
play."
And maybe I have. Maybe I just don't know.
Well,
It's one of those things where I talk about everything so much that I forget what I do and don't tell people. A mystery like that.
you are a mystery.
So.
Flipping mystery Jeff over here.
All right. So, what do you have anything else? We're about hour 20 in.
I don't.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's end it there.
Yeah, but I mean, before we go, I mean, let's obviously plug our stuff.
Oh, yeah,
so, this is all the useless information you want to know. It's Friday Nights with Jeff and Joe. You can find us on YouTube. At Friday Night with Jeff and
Ampersand.
Joe. Yes.
And yeah, there was apologies. When Joe and I initially set the whole thing up, there was a miscommunication with Google and YouTube because they're owned by the same company. So initially, when you tried to search, it did not come up because of the spaces and everything.
Terrible.
But now you should be able to type it in, and it should pop up right away.
all day long.
Popping up all day long.
Yep. Yeah. So we've got that, and
Facebook
it's Friday Night
with Jeff and Joe.
Friday Night with Jeff and Joe.
Yep.
And then we obviously have our other podcast, Paranormal Palaver.
Oh yeah, our sister podcast.
Yep. And
I like calling it that. I don't know why.
sister podcast.
Yeah, our sister podcast.
Paranormal Palaver.
We're the brother podcast, right?
We are the brothers.
We're brothers.
Probably not
that sounds
brothers.
weird.
Not
But yeah,
cool enough.
Paranormal Palaver. Then you can go onto the website, paranormalpalaver.com. Palaver is spelled Palaver.
Yep. Don't mess it up.
I know. You were
'Cause you
try to
won't
spell
get
it to somebody the other day, and I was like, how do you
I had
not
to
know how
write it
spell
down.
that?
Had to write it down.
Anyway,
I am not alone in that camp.
along with Paranormal Palaver.
Yes.
.com, we have a Paranormal Palaver Facebook page.
Yes.
We have a YouTube page.
Yes.
That now, just as of yesterday, has all 6
7.
and a special
Yes.
video.
Yep.
They're not videos; they're just up as videos, but they're audio with.
Well, yeah, it's
background
all
image.
of the podcasts, and please subscribe to that if you're
Yeah,
interested.
also subscribe to that. Even if you don't think you're going to listen, just subscribe so that when you randomly go back on, it pops up, and you're like,
why
"Hey,
not?
I can do this."
I don't know. Maybe.
So, like my dad, he does a morning walk. So now I've set it up so he can listen to them.
Really?
So they're just
Well,
on
that's
the
nice
YouTube.
of you.
Yeah. So I subscribed to him. I don't know if I think I subscribed him.
Did you hit the little?
Notification.
Yeah. Did you hit that?
I got to help him through it. It's on his phone, but now he can listen to him on the old YouTube because he didn't understand. He's like, "Why would I listen to something on YouTube?" Like, Dad, YouTube isn't always videos; it could also just be audio.
Yeah.
So.
And that is where I think we're going to shift a lot of our
Yes.
stuff to
Mm-hmm.
moving forward. But in the future too, I mean, we do want to get on SoundCloud and all these other things. We're
RSS
still
feeds.
we're very new. So if you're here on the bottom level with us, ladies and gentlemen, you just watch.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
Start
Six.
from the bottom.
6 episodes in.
from the bottom.
Also, Paranormal Palaver
Start from the
has
bottom, now
a
we're
Twitter
here.
and an Instagram.
Yeah, we are
I'm-
all up in that.
I'm
grill.
not. One of them is one's Parapalaver. I forget what they are. But go.
What?
Yeah, there's one's goofy, one's different.
It's probably the Instagram.
I think so. Anyways, if you go to the Facebook page, they're on there.
Yep.
Or the paranormalpalaver.com.
Yeah.
So,
But just to
Not
catch
plugging
everyone
that.
back up, you are currently listening to Friday Nights with Jeff
Yes.
and Joe. So,
but we're
Thank you.
Yeah, we're all part of Green Shirt Media.
isn't it Productions?
Is it production?
Because someone already took media.
We're part of Green Shirt Productions.
Yeah. LLC.
It's our umbrella corporation, like Resident Evil. Anyways, so please let us know if you want to be on the podcast, or if you have a topic,
Come on down.
or if you have a crazy customer service story,
You want to comment
or
on
if
anything
you were in
we
a
talk
really cool play and you want to show us a link, or if you were in a really terrible play and you're just ridiculous,
about. Or
and
if
you
you're
wanna-
just a really cool person and you want to
Yeah.
be on the podcast,
Just-
or give us a subject to
Yeah.
talk about. Please.
And we are willing to go within a 15-mile radius of central Sheboygan, Wisconsin.
I did
Yeah.
not know that about us.
We'll do that. I'd do that.
Okay.
I'd drive. As long as it's not creepy alley. Don't send us to like somewhere.
But
Be
you know what?
public
We'll do it.
with-
We'll set it up. We'll do it.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, we'll back up the old cardboard box and head on over to your establishment.
Oh, yeah. yeah, so that's did you get a text?
She responded. I'm gonna say. She asked how many I've been in or how many I've seen. I said been in, so she's read it now. So I'm curious how many she's got.
All right.
So,
Yeah.
she's typing here. This is
Oh, my
live.
goodness.
This is crazy.
Wow.
You're sitting here, folks.
Wow.
First, folks.
Yeah. Cool. So, but anyways, that's our show. I don't know. Do we want to wait for Kate to get back to us, or you? I mean, or
Oh, this is really good.
oh my!
I guess I never knew you were actually in any musicals.
Ooh, guess who's listening to episode 6?
She can find it out when she listens, so you can hear all about it. Now I don't have to tell her. I can avoid that conversation with my wife. I'll just be like, she's like, baby, why did you ask me the other day? Listen to the podcast. That's done. We're done. Go away. I'm gonna have a little man time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kate, you're a wonderful girl.
Yeah, that's why
You're a wonderful woman.
That's why we've lasted so long.
Oh,
Spend
wow.
time apart.
Cool.
That's how it works.
So, anyways, thank you so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us here on Friday Night with Jeff and Joe. Again, all the useless information you want to know, it's Friday Nights with
Jeff,
and Joe. Till next time,
bye.
be cool. I don't know. See ya.
Nice.